5 trophies, one night, and a record that hip-hop fans thought would never be touched. On February 1st, 2026, Kendrick Lamar walked into the 68th Annual Grammy Awards as the most nominated artist of the night. He walked out as the most decorated rapper in the history of the ceremony, period. Not the most decorated of his generation. Not the most decorated of the modern era. The most decorated, full stop. He passed Jay-Z, he passed Kanye, and he did it in front of the entire industry on live television. If you wanted a single night that defines an era of hip-hop, this was it. And the wildest part, Kendrick wasn't even there for the diss tracks anymore. The Drake war was old news. This whole night was about the music itself. Let me walk you through exactly what happened. Because Kendrick didn't just win, he swept. So here's the setup. Going into the night, Kendrick was nominated 9 times. 9. That made him the leading nominee of the entire ceremony, 2 ahead of Lady Gaga, Jack Antonoff, and producer Circuit, who all sat at 7 each. The album driving most of those nominations was GNX, his 6th studio project, the same album that produced Luther, with SZA, TV Off with Lefty Gunplay, and his guest appearance on Clips's track Chains and Whips. 5 of those 9 nominations turned into wins. The first 3 came in the pre-telecast. That's the part of the Grammys that happens before the cameras go live, where they hand out the genre-specific awards before the main broadcast starts. Most viewers don't see them in real time, but they count exactly the same. Kendrick took Best Rap Song for TV Off, the song he made with Lefty Gunplay. Then he took Best Melodic Rap Performance for Luther with SZA. Then he took Best Rap Performance for Chains and Whips, where he was the featured artist on the Clips track alongside Pharrell. 3 rap awards before the show even officially started. And he wasn't done. When the main broadcast hit primetime, Kendrick took Best Rap Album for GNX. That was the win that broke history. Because that 4th Best Rap Album trophy moved him past Jay-Z's record for most wins in that specific category. The category Jay-Z basically owned for 2 decades was now Kendrick's. When he accepted that award, he kept it short. He told the audience, quote,
"It's hip-hop as usual, man. I'm not good at talking about myself, but I express it through the music. It's an honor to be here, Tyler, the Clip."
That was the moment the room understood what was happening. He wasn't just having a good night, he was rewriting the record book in real time. Then came the final award, Record of the Year, the biggest prize of the night. Subscribe to Weirdly Interesting before we get into how he closed it out. Cher walked out to present Record of the Year. She opened the envelope, and in a moment that became its own viral clip, she briefly misread the card and thought the winner was Luther Vandross himself. The crowd laughed. She corrected herself. The actual winner was Luther by Kendrick Lamar and SZA. Kendrick walked up to the stage with SZA. The producers came up too, including Soundwave and Jack Antonoff. And what Kendrick said next was different from his earlier speech. Because Luther wasn't just any song, it was a tribute. The song samples Luther Vandross and Cheryl Lynn's 1982 version of If This World Were Mine, originally a Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell record. Kendrick told the audience that Vandross's estate granted them the privilege to do their version, but only on one condition: no cursing. He said, quote, "Luther Vandross is one of my favorite artists of all time. They granted us the privilege to do our version of it. When we got that clearance, I promise you, we all near dropped to tears." End quote. SZA used her moment to address something bigger. With the political climate in America in early 2026, several artists used the Grammy stage as a platform that night. SZA told the crowd, quote, "Don't fall into despair, we're not governed by the government. We're governed by God." End quote. It was the perfect closing note. 5 wins, a record broken. A speech for the culture, and a song that started as a literal interlude with no drums. Yeah, that's the part most people don't know. Luther was almost never a real song. Producer Soundwave told Rolling Stone that Luther started as nothing more than a sample loop and Kendrick humming melodies into a microphone. There were no drums, there was no structure. They had been sitting on that Vandross sample for years and could never figure out what to do with it. Then one day, Kendrick locked into one specific melody, and Soundwave said he immediately knew it had to be bigger than an interlude. That decision turned into a song that spent 13 consecutive weeks at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. It became Kendrick and SZA's longest running #1 record. And it became the second longest charting hip-hop song of all time on the Hot 100, behind only Old Town Road by Lil Nas X. Then it became Record of the Year, all from a melody Kendrick was humming over a loop in a studio. Now here's the bigger picture. After this night, Kendrick's total career Grammy count sits at 27. 27. That moves him past the previous all-time rapper record of 24, which was held jointly by Jay-Z and Kanye West. To put that in context, both of those men have been in the game for over 20 years. Jay-Z is in his late 50s, Kanye is in his late 40s. Kendrick is 38 years old, he has decades of music left to make, and he's already passed both of them. There's also a layer to this nobody's talking about loud enough. GNX dropped in late 2024 as a complete surprise, no promo, no singles, no rollout. Kendrick literally just released it overnight and let it speak for itself. That same album is now the project that broke the all-time rap record at the Grammys, an album most artists would have spent 6 months teasing on Instagram. Kendrick dropped it like a Tuesday afternoon and let the music do the rest, and the timing of this night matters too. Just 1 year before, in February 2025, Kendrick had performed at the Super Bowl LIX halftime show. He used that stage to perform Not Like Us, the Drake diss track that had already won Record of the Year and Song of the Year at the 2025 Grammys. So his last 2 trips to the biggest stages in entertainment have ended with him walking off as the dominant figure in the entire industry. 2 years in a row, different songs, different stories. Same result. What also makes this night feel bigger is the company he's now standing alone above. Jay-Z launched Rockefeller Records, signed every legend you can name, ran a billion-dollar empire, and dominated rap radio for 2 decades. Kanye West produced for Jay-Z, then redefined hip-hop production 3 separate times across his own career. And Kendrick, the kid from Compton who got his first major mixtape co-sign from Lil Wayne, just passed both of them in the official Grammy record book before turning 39. That is not a small accomplishment. That is generational. And one more thing the bigger headlines missed. Bad Bunny took home Album of the Year for Debí Tirar Más Fotos, which means GNX did not win the biggest album prize of the night. Some fans saw that as the only thing missing from a perfect Kendrick run. But honestly, going 5 for 9, breaking Jay-Z's record, taking Record of the Year, and walking out the most awarded rapper in Grammy history is not a runner-up performance. That's a coronation. Kendrick has had bigger cultural moments. The Pulitzer in 2018, the Damn Era, the Drake battle in 2024, the Super Bowl LIX halftime show, but this night might be the most quietly historic of all of them, because in those other moments, he was making noise. On Grammy Night 2026, he just walked in, grabbed 5 trophies, and walked back out. The numbers did the talking for him. That's the difference between an artist who wants to be the greatest and an artist who already is. Do you think Kendrick is officially the greatest rapper of all time after this night? Or does he still have something left to prove? Let me know in the comments.